Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first video of my series called In Trust with Nicole. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to start these videos, and they're going to cover anything about trust and estate plans, from your most basic questions to your most complex and comprehensive questions. I'm here for you. I want to serve you, and I want to give you that education, that foundational knowledge. So when you decide to create an estate plan, you'll go in knowing, what you need to know and what questions to ask. So let's begin. First question we have is from Raymond. And while this is a basic question, it is a very, very important question. What is a will? So what is a will? So a will is a document where you say who gets what and who is in charge of making that happen. Now, someone named in a will to receive your assets is called an heir or a beneficiary. And the person put in charge of making that happen is called a personal representative or an executor. And it's important to note that though wills do not apply to assets where you have a surviving joint owner of that assets, and it does not apply to assets where you have a living beneficiary designated. Now, for example, on retirement accounts and life insurance, if you have a spouse named and then your children, then that asset will be payable directly to the living beneficiary who's named separate from whatever a will says. So if you have a will and a will is really, really critical for your estate plan, you need to make sure that your will is in sync with everything jointly owned and also everything where you have a beneficiary named to make sure it's all working together according to your wishes. Now, also for any property passing under a will, it's important to note that a will has to be filed with a probate court and reviewed and approved before anyone named in the will, such as the personal representative, can act on your behalf. They could gather your assets or pay any creditors who might be owed money, and then ultimately distribute the assets to your heirs. A will is a document that does have to go through probate. Okay, so a will does have to go through probate. You don't escape probate. And which is actually a common myth that we run across. People think that a will is like this magical document that covers every estate planning scenario, and unfortunately it does not. So it's critical and you need it, but you need to make sure that you understand it and that it does go to probate before it's effective. And that, my friends, is a will. So bring more questions to me. Email me at info@NicoleIsraelLaw.com, and I'll see you back here very soon.